Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too.
Happy Thursday is my favorite day of the week.
Today we're talking about, I feel like a buzzword has been trauma this past year. Do you feel that?
Oh, save the trauma for your llama.
Okay, well, it's not usually used that lightly in context.
It's not.
But a lot of people talk about their trauma. Like our good friend Deanna, she has a podcast, Trauma, Laughter After Trauma.
The laughter after.
Yeah, the laughter after. And I just feel like when people start talking about their past experiences, trauma, we all have it. We all have it. And some people, when we use that word, people think, oh, well, those are people who have had really extreme issues. But here's where I'm going with this. We all attach meaning to our past experiences.
Something back there has scarred us some way.
And it causes limiting beliefs, or because we have these stories that we've attached to situations that we've had in our past, we sometimes don't want to experience it again in the future. Am I right?
Yeah, I think there's something back there that we either refuse to forgive someone else, we refuse to forgive ourselves. There's a trauma that we're not letting go of, and we're dragging it with us.
So you came across a meme that you thought really resonated with you. Let's share it with everyone.
Yeah, it says, we're not defined by our past. It's a lesson, not a life sentence.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. And thank goodness, right? Because if I went back into my past and I grabbed a lot of the things and I pulled everything forward, and I pulled all the crap forward,
pull the crap with you.
That would suck. It would stink.
It's
if you pull the crap forward, it stinks.
Literally, right?
Yes.
But why do we do that? It's like we hold on to all the sludge.
It
weights us down.
Always goes back to that amygdala brain. We want to hold on to these things to say, I'm going to remember this so deeply. I'm going to let this affect me so emotionally that I look for this everywhere so I can see it coming
and protect myself from it.
But the chances, so usually it's not going to happen again unless you're looking for it everywhere.
And if it does happen again, you will be very well prepared because it's happened to you before. You'll be able to handle it.
You have the experience from the past. You have the resilience and the experience to deal with it now and to keep yourself out of that just because you've been through it before.
Okay, so what this really comes down to, good morning, everyone. Listen to me, I sound like Romper Room. I see Kimberly and Julyn and Brenda and Andy. Good morning, thank you for being here. So really what this comes down to is how do we control the stories that we attach to our circumstances? And I like to use Tony Robbins' strategy because he's been a huge mentor, literally huge mentor to us.
Like a 7'5" mentor.
Yes. And he says your state determines your story, which is so true because if we're in a positive, optimistic state, let's just say our physiology is alert, our shoulders are back, our chin is up, we have a little smile on our face, and we think back to maybe a traumatic time, we have a different perspective on it. We can maybe say, oh, you know what? It taught me so many lessons. It made me who I am today. I learned so much from going through that.
That's when your mess becomes your message, or your mess can become your demise. So if you're in that gloomy state, if you're
gloomy,
your shoulders are down,
you're kind of like
you're frumpy,
I just want to get on the couch.
You get victimology.
Yeah, I just want to watch TV and eat pizza.
That's a whole different feeling when you go back in the experience.
Then you look back and you think, oh, you know what? I I got the short end of the stick on that one.
Might as well not even move forward.
My cards were dealt, and I don't like them.
My future stinks because my past is being drugged forward, and it sinks with me.
Drugged? Your future's been drugged? Is that what you just said?
I'm dragging my past into the future. Yeah.
What we're trying to say is that we all have situations. We all have things that are happening to us in the external world 24/7, right? We're dealing with people, we're dealing with traffic, we're dealing with bad karma sometimes. We're just dealing with things.
Well, there's just bad things happening all around us.
There's just things happening.
But there's beautiful things happening all around us.
But we can control the way we react. And our number one tip for today is your state determines the story you tell yourself. So if you are at I always use the grocery store. It's like my go-to place. It's really the only place I go to these days. But if you go to the grocery store and someone treats you rudely, if you are gloomy, feeling sorry for yourself, looking for what's wrong in the world, looking for why things don't turn out for you, then you're going to be like, what a rude, crude, I almost used a naughty word. Thank you, Jason. However, if you are alert, your shoulders are back, we call it the 2 millimeter shift. It's where you just lift your boobs just slightly and you have your chin up and you have just a little smile on your face and someone's a little rude. It's easier to say, you know what? They must be having a bad day.
They're having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day.
Yes. And maybe I can help them. Maybe I can give them a little pep.
Maybe I can share my smile with them.
Yeah.
Because smiles are easy to share.
Well, thank you. Give us a smile. Yesterday we were at a speaking engagement and Jason goes, are my teeth okay? And he had like this big old piece of lettuce in one of his teeth.
Big salad for lunch.
And we were at this table of very prestigious people. I mean, very, very prestigious. When I say it was a club,
a highly exclusive golf course
club
that we can't put their name in print. They asked us not to put their name in print just because their members don't want it out on social media.
And so when you smiled and you were like, "How are my teeth?" I was like,
"How's the spinach tooth looking?"
and then you said, "Do you have one of those flossers in your purse?" And then I'm looking for a flosser.
I'm not above flossing at the table.
And I'm like, please don't do this at the table. Please don't do this at the table. And then the next thing you said is, has this one been used? And I'm like, oh, Jason. Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed. Like manners. Have your little manners here.
Well, you can take a guy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the guy.
And again, I'm probably attaching meaning on the whole situation because I was nervous and I was getting ready to go on stage. And yeah, so you know what? State determines the story we tell ourselves. And what's your meme again? Not putting you on the spot.
Your past does not define your future. It's a lesson, not a life sentence. And then also you have the right to decide at any time what you're going to carry forward and how you're going to be going forward. So it's those micro decisions at any moment.
It's a lesson, not a life sentence. So let me just conclude this.
Becky.
Look, Becky's here. What? So let me just conclude this real quickly. Say you have something that happened in your childhood and you felt like, I wasn't good enough. I failed. Those two thoughts, you can either say, how can I learn? How can I get better? That's the lesson you can learn. Or you can carry those thoughts, I'm not good enough, I failed, into your future. And all of a sudden, those sentences become a life sentence. Yeah. They keep you playing small.
I can't do things.
They dim your light.
I'm not going to succeed.
And you know what? We don't need that. They create a cage that we just want to break free.
That's big.
Yes. Okay. That's all we've got today. Have a wonderful Thursday. And thank you all for being here. Love you guys. Oh, you got a little something in your teeth. Need a flosser? Oh, wait. It's been used. I'm just kidding.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.